What's up, my friend? My name is André and we'll be reacting to things Americans do that confuse the rest of the world. I'm European, I guess I can share my perspective on this one. But before I go into the video, can I ask you for one thing? If you can leave a like, thank you so much for that. This is the best way to show support. If you can subscribe, oh man, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration. Now, link for the original video in my description. You guys end up recommending this one quite a lot, so let's play it.
The United States of America is the land of the free, the home of the brave, and also the home to a lot of weird stuff that most other countries don't do. This former British colony has truly grown up to be its own quirky person. The following 10 things tend to confuse non-Americans, and you can find non-natives of the US of A discussing them all across the internet.
Okay, so this will be a top 10 list. I have really good news, my friends. I'm the most well-prepared person in the world to be watching this. Nothing will surprise me there. I'm very confident. Why? Because I've been reacting to a lot of crazy and amazing American stuff. So I'm well prepared for this one.
Number 10. Tipping. America definitely isn't the only country in the world where tipping is a common practice. In fact, if you're curious about what jobs get tipped in what countries, there's a website called whototip.net that breaks down the tipping customs of.
Wait, worldwide tipping etiquette, potato, this is crazy.
The world. But America is certainly the country where tipping is the most prevalent. In most countries and cultures around the world, tipping is simply an optional charge should you feel your server deserves to be rewarded for their efforts. However, in America, you should always give a tip of around 10 to 20%, especially at restaurants. Tipping is a big part of American culture, which seems odd to outsiders. People may dislike tipping, but it's probably...
Okay, my opinion on this one, I actually think is fine, because a lot of those workers do not get paid that well, and I think the customer service in America is quite good, so I don't mind it.
Here to stay. In America, the unspoken system is that food prices in restaurants are lower than they should be because tips allow the restaurant to pay their waitstaff less.
That makes sense.
They can then charge you less for food. At least that's what you can try telling your friend the next time he doesn't want to contribute to the tip at a restaurant because he recently saw Reservoir Dogs. While a lot of people argue that tipping is a good thing because it increases the quality of service you receive, this isn't actually true. Cornell University published a study that revealed the real reason people tip, more or less, is basically random, and customers who receive great service tip on average just 1% more than those who don't.
Oh wow, okay, that I was not expecting at all. That's crazy actually, okay.
Lots of people around the world look at America and ask, why not pay service workers a normal amount of money and just make the food more expensive? Number 9. Have few vacation days. Americans don't go on vacation as much as the rest of the world does. On average, we're given only 12 vacation days by our work, as opposed to Europeans.
Wait, what? Oh no, capitalism went too far, my friends. No, but jokes aside, is this true? Do you guys get 12 days? I mean, in Europe we get between 20 to 30 days paid. By the way, are those paid? Those are paid for sure, right, also. But this is very little. 12 days? No chance. I'm sorry, I love America. This one, big dislike.
Who get between 25 and 30. Perhaps more interesting.
Actually, let's run it back because that was important.
As much as the rest of the world does. On average, we're given only 12 vacation days by our work, as opposed to Europeans who get between 25 and 30. Perhaps.
But, I mean, there is people getting 25 days also in America, right? That was, but average is what matters. Oh boy.
More interesting is the fact that Americans on average only use 10 of their 12 given vacation days.
No chance. Oh man, okay, what? This is scary because it makes me believe that those 12 days are not paid. Is that true? Those 12 days are not paid? Because if they are paid, no chance you use only 10. That would be them. Unless you really love your job. Oh no, this is crazy. I mean, nothing against, America is #1, but you can burn out quite quick in my perspective.
as Europeans tend to use all of theirs. I guess
Sometimes even more. Don't ask how.
Americans just can't bring themselves to leave the office while there's still work to be done. And while it may suggest Europeans are lazy, according to a mounting body of research, it's actually counterproductive not to take a vacation, as breaks help us rejuvenate, increasing our productivity over time.
Makes sense.
Not only that, when us Americans do go on vacation, we also travel less internationally than citizens of most other countries.
Okay, but this one, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. Why? Because America is... Look, hot take. Get ready, guys. I think America is the most beautiful country in the world. I mean, I have a video about natural parks in America, and oh my god, you know, America is so beautiful. Makes me want to go there 100%. So if I was living in America, I need at least 20 years to explore America. So I think this is normal.
Countries. But that may be related to our limited number of vacation days. 12 days just doesn't allow for an international trip as well as 30 does.
That's a fair argument, again.
Time and cost of travel to international destinations is so great. According to the Department of Commerce, American international travelers spent 42% of the cost of their entire trip simply on the travel to and from their destination. It's then not too surprising that most Americans don't even have a passport. Only 42% of US citizens own a passport, whereas 76% of English citizens do. That means at least 58% of Americans haven't even left the US, as you need a passport to travel. To the rest of the world, this is an odd characteristic of such a prosperous nation.
Honestly, I don't think so. I mean, if you know America like I do at this point, I think this is normal. America is so diverse, America is like 50 countries. That's the reality, you know. And if you live in California, Texas is so different. I mean, Texas is almost as big as Europe, so of course you stay in America to explore stuff there.
While it's partly due to limited vacation days, it may also be because Americans lack the desire to travel as much as the rest of the world. Number 8. Food preferences. When you go to a restaurant in America, you're probably going to get a lot of food. At least a lot more than...
And that's amazing, right? What is this guy trying to say?
Most other nations would serve. It's a popular topic of discussion amongst non-Americans online. Many European tourists admit they would frequently just order one item off the menu.
Come on, no one eats this. This is a meme, not real food that you can find in America. Right, guys?
And shared with another person. America does it big. And for non-Americans, the size options at fast food restaurants perfectly illustrate this. Take a look at this image by a Japanese citizen in 2011, comparing the sizes of McDonald's drinks in America versus...
Wait, what? Dude, the M in America is bigger than the L in Japan. Oh man, that's crazy. I like the American style, I have to be honest.
Is Japan. The medium Japanese cup is the exact same size as the small American cup, and the American medium cup is larger than the Japanese large.
It's insane.
McDonald's is on the small size. Here are the small sizes at a number of vendors, showing just how much larger a small cup is in America. While many around the world like to joke about how it proves Americans are fat, the truth is, a lot of them take away their leftovers in carry-out boxes to eat through.
But that's a tremendous idea. I also do it. I mean, to be honest, I'm a bit overweight, but still a tremendous idea.
Throughout the week. Still, American food is vastly different to food found in the rest of the world. For one, non-Americans are, on the whole, less obsessive about peanut butter. Brian Sternthal, a professor of marketing at North...
This peanut butter conversation is a bit weird, because peanut butter is actually getting quite popular nowadays in my country. But when I was a kid, no one ate that. That was a very American thing, yeah. But nowadays, a lot of people consume that.
Northwestern University's Kellogg School of Management has said that in many parts of the world, peanut butter is regarded as unpalatable American curiosity.
That's
For
true,
example,
probably.
According to Statista, Americans eat a kilogram of it per year, compared to 100 grams eaten per person per year.
Jesus, the difference is crazy. I mean, but it's kind of expected, right?
In Europe, that's 10 times the amount Europeans eat. Other American food anomalies that have confused Europeans include comparatively small fruit and vegetable aisles full of fruits and vegetables that will cost you a lot.
Wait, no chance. No chance. Come on, what is this video? Wait, this guy is roasting Europe. You guys have normal stuff. Do you guys think, or vegetables, potato again, but do you guys think vegetables in Europe are like this? Kinda, but a bit bigger still.
A lot more than they would across the Atlantic, as well as an overabundance of highly processed sweet and salty foods, and so-called cheese that can be sprayed out of a can.
Look, I'm gonna be real, my friend, like I am always. Sometimes I even talk too much. That's the reality. But if I go to America, when I go to America, I will be a happy man because I'm really fat inside. Outside, I'm getting there also, but inside, yeah, I'm big.
7.
And in America, I think like I can find my place.
College sports. In America, college sports are almost as popular as professional.
College sports. Yeah, this is true. This is true. No one watches, I'm gonna say it, soccer, college. This is college football, but let's say college soccer, whatever. You guys win it. But no one watches that, for sure. And in America, you guys really love college football. And another hot take, my friends. Be ready. Another hot take. If I go to America, I don't care about NFL. But I would love to watch a college football game. I think the experience is amazing.
Sports. In some areas, they're actually more popular. People will have barbecues outside of stadiums for hours.
Amazing.
Start, paint their faces, and hate on rival academic institutions. College athletics are taken just as seriously by the fans, who don't care that the players aren't as good as the pros and aren't even.
No chance again. Wait, college basketball? See, that's crazy. College football, I'm with you guys. College basketball, just watch NBA. I'm sorry, no chance. In a second, there will be a guy telling me in the comments that there is college. Okay, no chance. I mean, no, sorry. But yeah, no. College football, I like it. College basketball, out. Sorry, that's weird.
Even getting paid.
By the way, I'm joking. If you like college basketball, you do you. Nothing wrong with that.
This may be baffling to our neighbors, but there is an explanation for this American pastime of watching what are literally amateur games. Unlike most fun-sized European countries, America is massive. There are lots of places that just aren't anywhere near a major city where you could go and see a professional team play. Colleges are the next best thing, and there's bound to be one of them nearby at least. College football and basketball also actually predate those sports' professional leagues, so college athletics culture has been around forever. Number 6. Prescription drug commercials. Non-American.
Yeah, this one is weird. You guys told me this in other video, that there is a lot of commercials for drugs. And not sure if you guys agree with me, but the pharmaceutical industry, did I pronunciate all of that correct? I'm not even sure, but you guys got the point. I think is one of the most corrupted things in the world. So I would not be surprised if they advertise you a drug that you can buy one for much cheap that is even better for you. So this, I don't like it. In Europe in general, I don't think we deal with this, at least in my country, no. But there is other bad things that appear on TV. For example, gambling, casinos, that's not great also.
Americans who travel to the U.S.
I actually think should be more rules on this type of stuff. I'm not the type of person that likes a lot of rules, but when it affects so many lives, I kind of think is necessary.
US are often surprised to find that there are advertisements for prescription drugs on regular television. You can't go and buy them from stores, so the commercials urge viewers to ask their doctor about them. In 2016, Kantar Media, a firm that tracks multimedia advertising, reported that nearly 800,000 prescription drug advertisements were aired on television, which was a 65% increase from just 4 years prior.
Oh no, seems like it's out of control. Actually, I would love to know your opinion on this. Pharmaceutical industry in America seems really shady. Do you guys agree with that?
The reason these commercials don't exist in other countries is because they aren't legal in other countries. In fact, the only other country where these kinds of commercials exist is New Zealand. The US pharmaceutical industry is huge. It generated $425 billion in 2015. If they're allowed to advertise, of course they're going to. And it works. Direct-to-consumer advertised drugs tend to sell better than drugs that aren't. But they're controversial, and it seems the reason America allows them comes down to our free speech protections under the First Amendment. Governments of most countries around the world think they're dangerous, and the research suggests they're not wrong. Even the American Medical Association has called for a ban on them, as these advertisements have been proven by studies to broaden the scope of who gets treated with prescription drugs. They also lead to patients being influenced to take newer...
Honestly, this is a bit sad. The other ones, feel like college basketball, it is what it is. I think no one gets hurt by that. But this one is a bit more problematic. And I feel like you guys agree with me on this one.
Or less effective drugs that often cost more. For example, Vioxx, which was later withdrawn as it caused life-threatening side effects such as increasing the risk of heart attack and strokes. Number 5. Soccer. America, of course, isn't the only country that...
Oh, that's my favorite sport, if you guys are not aware. I mean, I guess you guys can assume. I'm a big fan of Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, all of those great players. But I assume it's about the name, right? I mean, it is what it is. You guys have American football, so I understand why you guys want to use a different word. So, online, a lot of people go crazy about this, and for me, it's kind of whatever. I like to joke about, but it is whatever.
Play soccer, but we are one of the only countries that calls the game you play with your feet soccer, and the one you play with your hands football. We stand with countries like Australia, Korea, South Africa, and Italy in not calling the sport football. Understandably, it confuses most of the world. So, what is the origin of this counterintuitive name?
To be honest, I will disagree a bit on here, because I actually think makes things a bit more clear. Because imagine if you guys use football for two sports, that would be a mess. I think having a name, since, let's be real, you guys are not changing the name of American football, so let's at least give a different name to the real football.
Soccer is an abbreviation of association.
Since I said the real football, there is a guy leaving a dislike right now on the video. God damn it.
Which came from association football, the official name for the game. The suffix "er" was added as a common jocular slang term of the time.
Okay.
The reason the name is stuck is because American football developed in the mid-19th century, evolving from the British game of rugby. Back then, rugby was loosely known as football, but it was often called rugby to make the distinction. All these sports were about moving the ball forward, but as the game developed across the pond, Americans developed different rules about how you were allowed to do it and what you could wear. The most popular rule set in England ended up being the one where you can only use your feet, and the most popular rule set in America ended up being the one where you get to smash into each other. Hence why the two totally different sports have the same names and
To be honest, and I know some people, I don't think I have a lot of Europeans watching me, but if I have, they will not like what I'm about to say. But I think American football is quite more athletic than soccer. Can we be real with that?
two countries.
I mean, those guys are crazy athletes. Not, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo is also a crazy athlete, but the sport is very violent in America, and you kind of have to be real tough.
Number 4, not including sales tax. Wherever there's a discussion.
This is okay. This one I would also say is a bit weird. Not that I mind paying taxes, I kind of do, but you guys get the point. The thing is, if I live in Portugal, I go to America. Do you guys think I have an idea how much I have to pay in California versus in Texas versus in Florida versus in Colorado versus? You guys got the point, right?
Discussion of American sales tax on the internet, you can find non-Americans telling their tales of being shocked at the final price because they didn't realize that sales tax wasn't included. In most countries, the price tag on an item includes the part you have to pay to the government, so they can build roads and other things. But not here in the US. This is because sales tax in America can vary by county.
Wait, this is the map where you can check Okay, this is actually really interesting. So, California, 80%. Those liberals. Joking. Texas, 80%. Okay, what the hell is going on actually? So in Texas, you guys pay the same in California. Not a good look for Texas. Moving on. LA. No, actually Louisiana. Never mind. 10%. What the hell is going on in Louisiana? Holy moly. Okay. I mean, where is my people? Where is my people? Oregon. No taxes. And Oregon, low-key, kind of beautiful. By the way, I'm joking. Maybe this isn't... Maybe... I think this can be different from city to city, or is just different from state to state. Actually, I don't know, but... why is 80% also in Texas? Texas people seem so against taxes and the government that I would expect this to be like 1% at best.
County. So something could cost a slightly different amount just a mile away. There are also very specific laws about what gets sales taxed. For instance, if you order coffee to go, there will not be sales tax in California. But if you
okay, but now I'm a bit confused. So, I saw people talking about moving to Florida because they pay less taxes. Same in Texas. Texas, that's a mess for me. But in California, it's like 80% also. So why are people leaving California? Is because of all the homeless stuff, or there is other reason?
you sit down in the cafe,
Because I assume there is a big tax for the entire country. Then there is the specific tax in the state. But what's similar to Texas?
and eat a donut, you will have to pay sales tax. Essentially, with all these rules, it becomes difficult to put things on a price tag. Number 3, not using the metric system.
Yeah, this one, I have to control myself because this is one of the things I dislike a bit about America. I never understand when you guys talk about LB. That's Japanese for me.
The United States of America has no need for universally accepted and logical measurement systems because Thomas Jefferson said so. In 1790, when the metric system was being developed, he simply decided not to bring it to America. So it didn't happen. America, Liberia, and Myanmar are the only countries in the world that
Not a good look, my friends. When you are with Liberia and I don't even know the name of that country. Let's write it back. But when you are with Liberia in something alone, almost not a good look.
So it didn't happen. America, Liberia, and Myanmar are the only
Myanmar. I don't even know that country. That's how crazy it is. But, I mean, the reality is you guys are number one in the world, so America does what they want to do, and I respect it.
only countries in the world that use the imperial system. Liberia uses the same units that America does, and Myanmar is a bit of a mess. They use a combination of their own totally unique
Jesus
Burmese
Christ.
measuring units, American imperial units, and metric units.
Yeah, that country... No, never mind.
So they may have the distinction of being the only country with a bigger headache when it comes to this than America. But surely now that Thomas Jefferson is long dead, we could just switch over, right? Well,
Okay, so the reason I believe America does not switch over is because it will be quite expensive, right?
it isn't that simple. It would cost a lot of money to switch over the country's whole infrastructure to the metric system now that the US already uses their own unique imperial system. The closest the US has gotten is that today, in US schools, kids learn about both the imperial and metric systems. So most of us do have a basic understanding of how the metric system works, even if we never really use it. Even if
Okay.
you buy a measuring tape in the US, it will have both imperial and metric units on it. Throughout American history, there have been various attempts to reform the system and switch over, but none have succeeded. It would seem as though Thomas Jefferson's wish for an extra special system shall live on for the foreseeable future. It hasn't come without its consequences though, as this confusion has led to enormous mistakes, like the Mars orbiter that was lost by NASA because of a metric system mix-up.
Wow.
Number 2. Month before the day. The United States
Yeah, this one is also a bit confusing to me. But I mean, my friends, I hope you guys understand all of this, apart from the medical stuff, actually. I don't think it's that big of a deal. It is. I can adapt. If I go to America, I would, maybe I would be a bit confused for 1 month. After that, I would be doing the way you guys do it.
States is the only country that, when writing out the date, puts the month before the day, and it seems to extremely aggravate the rest of the world. Most other countries write the day, then the month, then the year. The majority of countries and most of Europe and South America do it this way. It seems logical as the units of time are then in order from smallest to largest. Also seemingly logical is how the date is written in China and Japan, which is year, month, day, or largest to smallest. So why do we format time like this? Well, unfortunately, there's no widely accepted answer as to why this is the case. The month-day-year order was used in Britain in the 1800s, but why we chose to keep it when Britain ceased to do so is something of a historical mystery. The best guess is likely that the order reflects how Americans say dates verbally. An American would be more likely to say that it's January 1st more than they would be likely to say the 1st of January.
To be honest, maybe because I'm already, I've been speaking English for so long. Sounds bad to say the 1st of January. January 1st sounds much better. Never mind, I think I'm actually with you guys.
Our notation then could simply be a way of writing out what would be the most conversational. Number 1. Having a drinking age of 21. A 20-year-old European may be in for a shock when they fly to the US and discover that they can no longer...
In certain countries, I believe Germany, for example, you can drink at 16. Maybe not Germany, but I know there is a couple of countries that allow you to do that.
Legally drink alcohol.
Most are in 18.
While you may already know about this peculiar American practice, what you may not know is why it is the case. In 1984, the U.S. passed a law called the Drinking Age Act. It stated that if a state did not create a minimum drinking age of 21, they would lose up to 10% of their federal highway funding. The states all took the hint and made the drinking age 21. But why 21? Well, America has a long and storied past with alcohol, including prohibition. Lawmakers didn't just pick the number out of a hat. It dates back centuries to Old English common law, which states a person becomes a full adult age 21, at which age a person could, among other things, vote and become a knight. Still, as shown by this map, the US is one of just a few developed countries to have a minimum legal drinking age over 18. In fact, in some countries like Belgium and Germany, 16-year-olds are allowed to purchase alcohol. Alcoholic or not, if you order a drink in America, you're probably going to get it with a lot of ice. In most other countries, you just won't see the sheer quantity of ice that you'll get in your American beverage.
This I cannot have a strong opinion since I never went to America. But yeah, I mean, I don't even put a lot of ice in when I'm drinking alcohol, but I don't know.
Granted, you'll often get ice in your drinks in many European countries.
I also don't drink a lot of alcohol, to be open with you guys.
But ice-cold beverages are the default option in America, whereas lots of people from other countries don't have the same preference, and drinks aren't always served with ice. This cultural difference is frequently debated online. It could be because in some countries you shouldn't drink the tap water, which is where that ice came from, and in others it just isn't common to automatically have ice with a meal at a restaurant. So, people of the internet, do you agree with the items on the list? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thanks for
I thought this was a great video. I really enjoyed this one. The one that probably blew my mind the most was the stuff with the vacation, but maybe it's not totally true that you guys just have 12 days. Again, that's why I have the comment section. You guys can enlighten me on that one. My friends, if you end up enjoying the video, do not forget to leave a like, do not forget to subscribe, to leave a comment, and see you guys next time.